Hey, what's going on everyone? I am the OPJellicent and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown. Got a squad right here with Choice Band Garchomp on it. It may look familiar, it's actually my Banded Hippowdon team, except I replaced the Hippowdon with a Garchomp, and the reason I'm using something I'm a little bit more familiar with today is because I actually lost a lot of points in the Hoop on Bound Live that didn't go as well as I wanted, so I wanted to go ahead and take this live a little bit more seriously and ladder up on this account, just so we can get some ELO back, and I do want to also show off some wins of course too, so that's going to be the main goal for this live. Try to get points back while winning as many games as possible. We have Banded Garchomp right here with Earthquake, Dragonclaw, Fire Fang, and Stone Edge. Stone Edge is mainly here for Torn. It's a great partner for Choice Scarf Serperior because Stone Edge can go ahead and get rid of Torn. Earthquake is great against Magearna and Heatran. Dragonclaw is a really nice stab. And then finally Fire Fang can go ahead and pressure Magearna too in case you don't want to lock into Earthquake, as well as Ferrothorn and Mega Scissor, which are two superior responses as well. So this combination here is really nice. Kind of does the similar thing to Hippowdon, in case you guys did watch that live. We have Scarf Serperior right here, which is a late game win condition. Icium Z Kyurem-Black, which is a really nice wall breaker for the team. Basically guarantees a kill every game if you can predict right. We have Tapu Fini right here, which is our defogger since we do have a Kyurem-Black. We have Spadef Jirachi, which can help us not get 6-0'd by Magearna. And then finally, just on offensive, Mega Medicham for a secondary breaker right here. So that's going to be the team. As I said, it may look familiar. It'll be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out. And I'll be right back with our first game. Alright, I have the first game right here. Like I said, I'm using something I'm a little bit more familiar with just to get as many points back as possible. So ideally, we can go ahead and put in some work right here. My Z move does a lot of work right here. But I think he's going to lead off with Gallade just because of how good of a matchup it has. So I'm going to lead Fini as he catches me with a Zapdos lead now. He could go Gallade on this, but I'm thinking I just go Kyurem because I cannot get discharged paralyzed under the terrain, which is really nice. And he just goes for Heat Wave. Would have done a good amount of damage, to be honest, like probably 30%. Kind of sucks for my opponent right there. I'll go ahead and just throw off Sub-Zero Slammer into Chansey. This is going to take about 80%, and then I can knock it out after with Fusion Bolt. Yeah, that's not going to be a switch-in. Fusion Bolt is just free now. Nothing actually comes in on it very well. Ghost Skarmory. This guy's just letting me attack everything right here, so that's very helpful. Unfortunately, Gallade is still a giant threat. When that thing comes in, there's not much you can do about it. I guess he expected... I don't know what he expected right there, to be honest. I was always clicking Fusion Bolt. Gives me Skarmory. I actually should have Ice Beamed right there, to be honest, in case counter was a thing. Gallade comes out next. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm thinking I need Jirachi for Tapu Lele, as well as maybe Scarf Jirachi of his own. Tapu Fini is still nice, but I don't know. I'm thinking I just stay in, but at the same time, Kyurem can still do some nice wall-breaking work. Do I really care about... I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out, because I need Jirachi for sure. I do need Garchomp, but I can get Rough Skin on him if I go out into Garchomp here. I'm not going to go Garchomp, though. I think I go Fini. Yeah, that's why I was actually thinking about staying in, because of that play right there, but unfortunately, he's able to go ahead and do that. I will live one Zen Headbutt, and as long as I do not get flinched, or crit, I guess, would be the other option, I would have been fine, but now I just have to sack off a lot of Pokemon. I'll bring this out first and just go right for a... I mean, I fake out anyway, even though I know he has inner focus. I can still win this game for sure. It's just a lot harder than it needs to be. I go Garchomp now, and just Earthquake it, and knock it out. So I guess that was the best thing yet to hit me, which means I sacked off my Medi for no reason, which is kind of lame, but that's the biggest threat to my team just gone, so this is perfectly fine with me. I'm going to go Jirachi here on Hidden Power Ice. That's fine. I think Rocks is not a bad play. Another good play might be going to Kyurem-Black on the Heat Wave, as Heat Wave is what he opts to click right there. That's totally cool. I'm thinking he'll go Jirachi right here, so I'm just going to go out and take my Garchomp. He could just stay in, so I'm just going to Ice Beam. I think Garchomp gets a kill anyway. Yeah, had I got onto my Garchomp right there, that could have been really bad. Okay, so now what I think I do is I just Ice Beam again here, as he opts to go ahead and do that. I mean, all I need is for him to not roost. What do I do here? I think I just click Earth Power, as he misses the Heat Wave. This guy has terrible Heat Wave accuracy. Gonna Ice Beam here. There we go. Does Leaf Storm do the damage that I need it to or not? Because if so, I can probably sweep with Serp right now. Zapdos. Leaf Storm might not kill, so I'm gonna go Garchomp here and just click... I mean, Fire Fang is my best play, so I'm just gonna click that. And knock it out. Okay, cool. So Earthquake looks really spammable at this point. This is not going to take the hit, as he opts to double to Tapu Lele. Not quite sure why. I'll get in Jirachi here and just get up my rocks now. as he goes out into his zone. I mean, this is not a problem. I just go out into my Serperior, click Glare, and then I sweep with EQ. Iron Head comes out. Yeah, Garchomp's EQ should be able to do the job. I'm going Jirachi just because it is my best option to Healing Wish my Garchomp back up. Or do I just go for the Iron Head? I think I just Iron Head until I die. He's just going to go ahead and forfeit right there. So we're able to go ahead and pick up a nice first win. Gallade got really scary after it crit my Tapu Fini. Let me just make sure that that roll actually never killed, because I think Fini would have lived. We'll find out though. Fini would have taken... Yeah, Fini would have lived and gotten the Moonblast damage that I needed, so that was definitely very big, but we're able to go ahead and win, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I have the second match right here. My opponent is really weak to Kyurem-Black plus Medicham. My breakers here just do so much work. If he gives me both the steals, I can win with Serp, but that's a very unlikely scenario. Who knows though, maybe he will at some point. I'm thinking Tornadus might be his lead, so I'll lead off here with my... I don't think Jirachi actually does much, and getting up early rocks could actually be really good, so Tornadus is his lead. I'm going to go ahead and... I think just... He's probably going to knock off, if anything. I'll go for U-turn here on probably a knock. He goes for a U-turn of his own, so that's really nice for me, because he's going to bring out Heatran. What this allows me to do is bring out my Garchomp, and I'm just Earthquaking. I'm not playing around with this. Yeah, I get rid of Heatran right there. Tornadus opts to come back out here. Once again, Jirachi is not really worth it in my eyes. He had a Celesteela and a Torn, so I guess I kind of understand why he made his play. I'm going to go ahead and Rocks up now. There's really no point to that, because he can just defog here. But he opts to not defog. Interesting play there. What do I bring in? I guess Garchomp is fine bring in, but then I'm relying on Stone Edge hitting, which is not my best option, to be honest. I get a kill with my Z move, and I definitely live any Z move he may want to click, unless it's Fight Z. I'm going to sack Jirachi here in case it's Fight Z. If it was Fight Z, he would have clicked it already. I'm going to go for Sub-Zero Slammer. I live Fly Z every time, and that's why I'm doing this mainly. Because if he gives me Celesteela here, which I think actually might be something he brings in, Serperior is just going to go in on this guy's team, so that's kind of why I'm playing around with this. Would Fusion Bolt do 87%? Because if possible, I want to keep this for Gastrodon. Kyurem-Black. Z-move against Tornadus. Fusion Bolt would always kill, so I'm going to Fusion Bolt here. Because it covers Celesteela, and if he goes Gastrodon, I can Z after anyway. So that's kind of why I'm doing this right here. So yeah, really surprised about his Heatran play. He kind of needed that, but at the same time it died to all my breakers in Kyurem, Medi, and Garchomp, so I guess maybe he didn't value it as much. Fusion Bolt's free here though, and that's why I'm clicking it. His Mega is clearly Heracross, so Kyurem-Black will always be able to outspeed that, and I believe I can knock that out with a Z-move after with no issue. This guy might not come back, so I'll be right back if he makes a play. Okay, so yeah, my last opponent did not come back as I thought he might not. Got another 19 points there, so that's definitely very helpful. Right here, Kyurem-Black plus Garchomp just has a ton of fun. I'm thinking he'll lead off with maybe Coco or Landorus T. Some Kyurem-Black is very free right here. Coco is his lead of choice. Do I take damage on this? I don't want to take a Specs Dazzling Liam, and I don't actually see Jirachi doing too much work here, so I'm going to bring that out in case he is Specs Dazzle. Because he should know he lives a Scarf Earth Power, and if he is Specs, that'll be very free for him. Goes for U-turn. Okay, so I could have just stayed in, but at the same time, I don't know what he would have brought in, and then I would have had to make a prediction. I think just keeping Kyurem-Black healthy is the better option here. So let's see what my opponent does now, because Kyurem-Black is still healthy. We have some more insight onto the Coco now. It's clearly either Scarf and it doesn't have Volt Switch, it probably has a U-turn. It could have both, I guess, and my opponent just wanted to be safe against my Garchomp. Brings out his Landorus here. I think Rocks are worth it, so I'm going to go ahead and get those up. He could be an offensive Earthquake set. I think it's worth it though, going for Rocks here. Chipping down everything for my Garchomp and Medicham. Because I don't really see Jirachi being very helpful, to be honest. He has a Mawile, he has a Heatran. It could help out against Bulu, but I have good pivots into that with my Kyurem and my Garchomp, so it could be Banded Bulu, I guess, and that would be a little bit scarier. We'll see, though. Because Jirachi isn't even a response to Banded Bulu, it takes so much damage. My opponent opts to U-turn out, so really helpful for me, as I'm able to go ahead and get up my Rock. So we're able to get that play right. I thought it was worth it, to be honest. I'll go ahead and bring out my Garchomp on a hard switch here, as he opts to just go ahead and get up his Rocks there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm thinking just Earthquake here. The last guy stayed in. I don't want this guy to stay in too. That would be very silly. I'm mainly Earthquaking because while he does have that Pokemon, Earthquake hits everything else, except for Bulu, I guess. Should I just Dragon Claw here? Do stay in. I'm gonna Earthquake, because if he stays in, then I win with Serperior on the spot, and that's my mindset here, so I don't want to throw away a potential win on this turn. If he goes out into Landorus T, it'll be a little bit tough for me, but we'll try to work with it. I think at that point I go back to Jirachi, perhaps? Or maybe Hard Serp. We'll see here, though, because he might be thinking I'm at SD up right here and try to knock out something with a Dragonium Z. That could always be a possibility he has in mind right now, too, so maybe he'll stand and try to Toxic or Flash Cannon. He does go Tapu Bulu, so good mid-ground on his part. And basically what I have to do now is, I think I always go out into my Jirachi here on a Horn Leech. He should just Horn Leech to get maximum recovery, because, I mean, a Lando double wouldn't do much for him just due to the fact that Grassy Terrain is up. And I guess another double he could make is Heatran, but that would give me my Garchomp again. So at least I Earthquaked and not Dragon Clawed. That was good. I could have Fire Fang too, but then if he stayed in, that would have been even worse, so I think my play was okay. I'm able to go ahead and get in Jirachi here. Yeah, he makes the correct play and goes for Horn Leech. 23%. What sort of damage is that? Do we see lefties or anything from him? He's lefties. Okay, so we know now. I'll go ahead and just... I'm thinking U-turn out here on his incoming Heatran. Allows me to get in my Medicham now and just click High Jump Kick. I'm always attacking Heatran. Heatran is the one Pokemon that I need to get rid of in this situation for my Serperior. Serperior basically just goes in after Heatran is gone, so I will always attack Heatran. Even if he has like 3 switch-ins in the back, it's fine. Because a lot of players will have that mindset where I have 3 Pokemon in the back that can switch into this, there's no way he's going for that attack, and then they end up losing a very important Pokemon. I see that a lot, so I actually do that a lot too. I see that I have a lot of pivots in. I really expect them not to make a play, and they do, and I end up costing myself a Pokemon. I've definitely looked back on my videos and seen that. So Ice Punch there could have been a good read, as I said, but catching Heatran would have been even bigger. So I get nice damage here anyway. Since Grassy Terrain is up, I'm not really too worried about anything. I'll just High Jump Kick again as he decides to go for a U-turn. Nice 40%, but like I High Jump Kicked again here. And he may go Pex or something like that, but Landorus is no longer a response to Garchomp. And I think Garchomp is just looking better and better as we go through this game right here, so we'll see, though. I'm still trying to catch that Heatran for my Serp. I could try to glare it too later, I guess. And Kyurem-Black is still alive in the back, so that's really helpful, too, in terms of dealing with Pex, I guess, with Fusion Bolt, and it's also something else that can force the kill on Heatran, which is really nice. My opponent's trying to figure out what they want to bring in here. Coco would be a good pivot on their part if it has a Roost, but then you're risking it on a Zen Headbutt. Maybe I should have Zen Headbutted. But then again, Heatran could always come in here randomly, expecting an Ice Punch or something, so not quite sure. The worst case right here is I miss. Does go Pex, really interesting. And I do miss. Okay, so Medicham is staying in until it dies now. Actually, it's getting recovery, so I don't know. I think I'll Zen Headbutt here, though. And do a really nice amount. Not what I wanted, though, at all. Like, that just made this a lot harder, but that's okay. I'll get in Kyurem here, and I'm thinking what I want to do with Kyurem is just click Fusion Bolt here, is I think fine. I wouldn't imagine he preserves this. I have a Fini and a Garchomp and a Kyurem-Black. He could if he really wants to, but I'm not going to predict here. Yeah, he stays in. Okay, so I got to play right and get rid of the Pex. That's very helpful. His next bring-in might be the Scarf Lando to Stone Edge. Do I live a Stone Edge? It could also explode for all I know. I could see an explosion coming out. Let me run some calcs here. So if he goes for Stone Edge, what would the scenario be? Landorus. So Earthquake is doing a good amount. Stone Edge would be doing 60 to 71. I can live a Stone Edge. I'm assuming Explosion would do the job. The Explosion always kills. He would lose his Lando, which would free up my Garchomp's Earthquake. I think I'm just gonna pop it off here, as it gives me Landorus as well. So not the best scenario for me, but I got rid of 2 pretty... I mean, they were threats, but they were not like too big. I didn't have a good ground resist, so getting rid of Landorus is really nice. So that can help me out. The problem is Kyurem-Black is just not in a good spot anymore. If he doesn't have a way to revenge me here, though, that could be helpful. Coco will always kill me, that's the thing. Coco can kill me with Thunderbolt if it wants to. In which case, I'll be forced to go out into my Serp after, and I may double to Garchomp or Fini. Or I could just Leaf Storm. He doesn't know that I'm Scarf. Tough scenario. Do I see myself defogging for Kyurem later? Because Kyurem can still do work. I gotta be careful against Bulu, because if I lose my Kyurem, and I also lose my Jirachi, Bulu can become a problem really fast. So I guess he wasn't Explosion on that thing. This guy takes a long time per play. I mean, it makes sense. I'm definitely thinking about this a lot too, but usually I recognize what I should do when he sends out the Pokemon. Because, I mean, I've got like a little bit of a grasp on his playstyle right now. I managed to catch him those 2 turns right there against the Landorus and the Toxapex. He's taking a while, so I'll be right back if he makes a play. Alright, so he came back on 10 and decided to go out into Koko. That's okay, I think. I think what I want to do right here is just go hard Serp on the Thunderbolt, which does a lot of damage, but what I can do right here is Leaf Storm this and basically put it in range of everything on my team. Makes a smart play and goes out into his Heatran right here. This is my opportunity to defog, so I'm going to try to do that right now and get my Kyurem back in the game, basically. So brings out his Bulu here. I think I always go out into my Jirachi. The one scary thing is if Grassy Terrain is up, I don't know how much I do to Mawile with my Earthquake from Garchomp. So it makes a good Koko double. I'm just going to go ahead and I think maybe get a Parax here, to be honest. Could not be a bad idea. Really smart taunt, but I guess that's fine. I'll go ahead and U-turn now. He may HP Ice, predicting my Garchomp to come in right here, which could put me ahead a lot. I still think I need to keep up the pressure at now. I don't think I'm out of the woods yet, which is the main thing. He could always pressure me with Mawile late game if it SDs up, and that could be really bad, so he goes ahead and Thunderbolts there. Would Garchomp take an HP Ice from Koko? Koko would do how much to Garchomp? Okay, that's not in the set apparently. He might not have it too. I live in HP Ice. That's against no bulk Garchomp. Another option is Serperior. I'll go Serperior, and I think I'd just Leaf Storm. It should kill Koko. And even if it doesn't kill Koko, it'll put it in range of a lot of things on my team. I kind of need it to kill, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, killing Koko is going to be important. It should kill Koko, 76%. I know Serperior is not very strong, but Koko is not bulky by any means. Heatran is a safe play here. But then I go Fini always to defog rocks. If he doubles to Koko again, that's where it gets scary. So I think this is an okay play, going for Leaf Storm. Because at the worst, I'll wear down the Heatran again. Not really though, because it's getting lefties back. I need to figure out how I'm breaking this. I am glad I got my Kyurem back into the game to help out against the Bulu, but I'm still a little bit unsure as to what I should do against. By the way, did the Bulu ever reveal an item? If it's Scarf, that could be scary in itself. Tapu Bulu. Tapu Koko came out here. Heatran comes out. Okay, well I did 7%. I'm gonna go Fini here. As rocks do go back up. I always defog for my Kyurem. Yeah, I have to defog here for Kyurem. Just to make sure I'm actually fine against Bulu. Koko comes back. I'm going Garchomp this time. Of course I come in on the HP Ice. Would make sense. Okay, I'll go ahead and Fire Fang here in case he thinks I'm Scarf. He does think I'm Scarf. Really big right there. I guess he expected me to not be Choice Band. I'll just go ahead and Fire Fang again on his Heatran bring in. That's all I needed though. Bulu being weakened is amazing for Serp. I'll always go Fini here as he doubles to Bulu. Really smart double on his part, but I can go Jirachi here. I think Jirachi will eat anything. Yeah, Hornleech doesn't do too much. I just lost all my damage, but I think all I need to do right here is Healing Wish back my Kyurem. Yeah, I'm able to get back my Kyurem into the game. I think I'll just Ice Beam. Heatran comes out. He can't really sack this, but at the same time, he doesn't have an option. Like, what are you bringing in now? Okay, I didn't do a ton of damage. I'm not gonna lie, that did very little. I'm gonna Ice Beam here. No, I'm just gonna... I was about to cancel it. I gotta freeze, though. I was literally about to hit cancel in Earth Power. I swear I was about to do that. But, I definitely did not have the time, first of all. That was really big. He would have gotten another, what, 30% off? Maybe burn potential. That could have been big right there. Mawile comes in. I have to Earth Power it to make sure I don't lose to an SD set. Goes for Sucker Punch. Interesting Sucker Punch play. I'll go Garchomp here. I don't think you SD. It's a 50-50. He didn't go for SD. Okay, good. I'll go for Earthquake here. Actually, I guess I should just Fire Fang. Because Bulu could be a pivot on his part. Goes for Sucker Punch again. I just go out into this here, I think, and I click Moonblast, is I think the play. Goes out into this. I go Kyurem here. On the Horn Leech. I go for Ice Beam here. I might lose anyway, I think. I don't know, it'll depend on how much I can do to Mawile with my Serp. Because Serp is too weak right now. 43%, that's not enough. Goes Mawile though. So maybe I can have something happen here. I get in on the Sucker Punch. That's a good start. Okay. I'll go ahead and I think double to Kyurem. No, I think I need to Moonblast. Okay, yeah, I get the play right there. That's very helpful too. Okay, I get the play wrong there. That's tough. How much did Hornleech do earlier? 22. Do I just stay in? And no, staying in means losing to Serp to the Mawile 100%. So I think I sack Serp here and then go Kyurem. As how much did he do? 20. He actually went for Rock Slide. Interesting Rock Slide play there. I think I just Leaf Storm it. Under Terrain. Is he Scarf? He could be Scarf. In case he's Scarf, I'm going to do that here. And then I think I Ice Beam. Oh, wait, I'll lose to Coco. Yeah, I messed up this endgame right here. There's not much I could do about that. I'll Ice Beam here, he knocks me out, and that's going to be that. I'll drop a GG. Even after the freeze, I couldn't win that. I definitely got a little bit too safe in my endgame right there. I should have doubled around more, but it is what it is. I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I have the next game right here. I think my opponent's team is just a Zygarde 50% team, but after the ban, they replaced it with the 10% form. That's kind of what this looks like, but I mean, Kyurem plus Garchomp just goes in. So I'll lead off with the Garchomp here, actually, on Gyarados. Is this Mega? This should be the Mega. I'm going to Stone Edge in case he doesn't Mega. Nice, and I do a lot of damage. If he attacks me, he's down to Helmet, so I'm going to Stone Edge again. As, of course, that happens. I'm just going to go Serp. And knock him out with a Scarf Leaf Storm here. Okay, cool. That's not the worst scenario, but, like, if I hit my Stone Edge, I wouldn't have to take any damage on anything. I mean, Garchomp would have still taken the hit. So I guess he recognized that he would go down to Rough Skin, which is definitely good for him. I have to Leaf Storm him again to not get 6-0'd by this thing. My opponent messed up. Yeah. They tried to go off my miss, and that's definitely going to cost them. This right here was really bad for me. But Greninja comes out. This could be Scarf, as it's not. It is Sash, though, and I go down to Ice Beam. Not a very big deal. I think I just go Jirachi and click U-turn. That's a fine play. Knock that out. Bring out, I'm thinking Medicham here is fine. Zydog should come out and maybe click Bandit 1000 Arrows. Magearna will not take Fake Out plus High Jump Kick. And nothing should actually live here, is what I'm thinking. I think I do it onto Bandit Outrage, though, so if he brings out Zydog, I think I pivot to Fini. I just gotta make sure I don't get messed up by Magearna, but I have a full health spit off Jirachi, so I think I'll be fine in that regard. I'll Fake Out here, as it does 40%. That's why this thing has no usage. I'll go right here into my Tapu Fini. And he has Bandit 1000 Arrows. Okay, really good info. I just Moonblast here. I always have Taunt against the Magearna to make sure I can't lose to that. I unfortunately get rolled right there, but that's okay. I think what I do is I bring this in. I'm gonna Ice Beam here. Okay, knocks me out. I guess he goes Magearna now and tries to go for the setup win. Okay, this is the threat. I'm gonna start by Icium Zing it. There's the shift gear. The gears have been shifted. Gonna Earth Power here. That was a bad play. I don't know why he did that. I could lose the Scarf Drills Earthquake. That's a thing. Gets a boost. Oh, it's the lefties. Okay. I don't think that matters. I don't think he has any way to knock out Jirachi. That does nothing. Okay, nice. Okay, I got out of there in a good spot. And he's going to go ahead and disconnect. I'm assuming he's not coming back. Magearna really messed me up. This is why I actually think Magearna needs a suspect test. I know it's kind of an unpopular opinion in some regards, but there's certain matchups where you just can't defend against Magearna. Fortunately, I could right there, but if my opponent was Zimu, for example, right there, and they, for whatever reason, did not shape gear again, I could have very well lost that game just due to Magearna alone. So, thankfully, we were able to go ahead and win. I'm going to assume he's not coming back, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I have the next game right here. My opponent is really weak to my Garchomp-less Kyurem. I'm really weak to Volcarona and Gyarados, though, so I gotta be careful. I'm thinking he'll lead off with the Gyarados or maybe Lele, so perhaps my Medicham or my... Well, Medicham wouldn't do well against Lele. If it's Scarf Lele, Garchomp would not do that great either. Maybe Gyarados, these are a good... I mean, Serperior here might be a good lead. But then he has like so many responses, just switching in for free. This gets a Parax, this gets a free Quiver Dance. I'm gonna put on the pressure with Garchomp. Yeah, leads off with this. I'm going to Stone Edge here. I don't think he'll Mega Evolve just because of the possibility of Earthquake being a thing. He actually does Mega. And goes for Dragon Dance. Kyurem-Black always comes in on this, so I'm going to go hard out into that. Because the worst case is he always goes for the attack here and then I revenge him with Serp. I can't beat Volcarona, I think, though. That's the thing. Waterfall comes out. I think I live Crunch from that percentage. Actually, I should, because of that waterfall damage, so he needs to flinch me, or thankfully he just doesn't go for that. That was very helpful. I still don't know if I can beat Volcarona. I need him to like throw it away for no reason, but Earthquake looks really free against my opponent. The thing that I'm kind of scared about is Serp coming in right now, yeah, and messing me up with the Leaf Storm. I'll go Jirachi on it. And just click Iron Head. Now the problem with this is I'm putting myself in a bad spot against Lele. Which is why Serp is such a problem here. This guy's like every Pokemon that does well against my team. He tried to sub on a U-turn, or slash Iron Head. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is just Iron Head until... Okay, that's a little bit more annoying. Okay, what am I doing to beat this? I'm going to Stealth Rock on it right here. And then go for U-turn into my Serp, click Glare, and try to revenge it with Medi. Okay, get up my rocks, cool. Now, I should live the next hit and go for a U-turn here. That's the plan. Okay, that's fine too. It's going to require some sacks right here, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to go out into this here. Click Glare. Best case is he knocks me out, and that basically makes it so he doesn't get a sub. Of course, he is unfortunately going to do that. All I need to do here is make sure he's not behind a sub when he knocks out my Mon. Okay, there we go. I bring this out now. Does Ice Punch Oko, or do I need to fake out first? Medicham. I think Ice Punch should Oko. Serp. It's a roll. You know what, actually? Do I care? Because if I get damage on this, then Earthquake can sweep on its own. I'm just going to Ice Punch. Because I don't want him going hard Lele for no reason. This should kill. Nice, I get rid of Serp. Very nice for me. Lele is going to come out here. If it's Scarf, I'm going to be in a really tough spot against that Pokemon. Thankfully, my Serp is actually alive still, so maybe that other para worked out better for me. So I just go Fini here. Another really good thing for me here is the fact that Volcarona can actually not take me on very well. That is Specs, which is actually better for me. Thank God it's Specs. I'll go ahead and go right here for Moonblast. Free Garchomp now. I just click Banded Earthquake, and I think Banded Earthquake sweeps. Especially since he just did that. Because this is the one Pokemon that could take a hit. And he misses a lead cheat. It would have made a difference. He couldn't even protect enough to get back out of the range of my Earthquake, and then I just Earthquake the last three. Like, when he went hard Ferrothorn, the game was over right there, so... Unless he's Scarf Volcarona, which, or Scarf HP Ice Tran, and I could be speaking too soon. Like, I run some crazy stuff, he could also run some crazy stuff here. I Earthquake that. Nothing lives in Earthquake. I actually think I might live a Scarf HP Ice from Tran. I don't think Volcarona, though. Actually, don't they have the same stats? I know Volcarona's 135. What's Heatran? Slash data Heatran. It's 130. Okay, so yeah, not that much different. This is definitely going down. And neither of these last two live in Earthquake. This has to be Scarf HP Ice, and it's not Scarf. Nice. And Banded Garchomp is able to do a lot of work right there. And I'm going to go ahead and end off the session. I did hope you all enjoyed. It was a little bit shorter, but we did net, I think, 3 games, so that's very good. The team will be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out, and I'll see you next time. Later.